Hello, my dear friends. Hello, Instagram. Hello, YouTube. Hello, my dear friends. Welcome back. I am going to respond one of my requests in this video. So I have one of my very loyal followers ask me to do a live on talking about the nice guys, talking about why is that it feels that when you're being nice, you do not get needed respect from the ladies. And on my YouTube channel, I mostly talk about Slavic women, but this could also relate to women who are feminine and have more of a traditional mindset. Although this topic should work for everyone. Hello, my dear friends. So if that's your cup of tea, please stay on the live. If not, I hope you enjoy your day instead. So there is one major problem with being a nice guy. And that problem is that you basically live your life in a resentment. Oh, that is interesting. Somebody is suggesting that definition of nice in Latin means ignorant and stupid even. That is interesting. Thank you so much. So basically, especially in American culture, generally nice person is a people pleaser. It's a kind of person that doing things generally to get some validation, to get some praise, but not because they truly want to do it. So the main issue with the people who are trying to be nice, in particular with guys, is that it appears nice, but you never truly know what they really think, what they really want to do. When you suggest you want to go somewhere and you can never get a true reaction from the person you're going with, because you know just to please you they would go, just to please you they would order the dish, just to please you they will help your auntie, you know, just to please you they would maybe bring you a certain gift. But inside of them you never know who you're dealing with. And therefore, especially with cultures that still appreciate true masculinity and natural dynamics, just classic dynamics of gender roles, women in general counting on men to have some core. And the people-pleasing person, especially men, the people-pleasing man does not have a strong core. He is bendable. You know, when you have a piece of rubber in your hand or Play-Doh, it's bendable. And that bendable substance does not give a real support. Also, it is very difficult to build a relationship with someone who is often resentful. It's very difficult to have being friends halfway, being lovers halfway, being in a relationship halfway, because you do appreciate certain things this person does, but you know that to get a genuine reaction from them is very hard. And that's why a lot of women, when they see and feel that this particular kinds of men are not they're too afraid to be themselves. They're too afraid to say, out of 5 times, 1 time to say no when the woman wants something. You have to have core, because if the woman cannot respect you, he cannot love you or even want you. Did I say she? If the woman does not respect you, she cannot love you or want you. And a lot of, with my Ukrainian Perspective YouTube channel, originally started the channel to this channel, if you're watching me on YouTube, to help people to understand each other a little bit better, you know, because it's hard enough when you're from one culture, but it's harder when you're from different cultures. And so a lot of people, I mean, a lot of men who learn things from my YouTube channel, they basically took some notes, and now they're trying to like blindly follow certain things that I was teaching on my channel. And you always have to listen to you. Just because I told you that, yes, in traditional cultures, in Ukrainian culture in particular, women expect some kind of chivalry. They expect some kind of support. If you are in a relationship with a woman, she wants to feel protected, so on and so forth. But I have never told you to be bendable, to not have your opinion, and do everything the woman tells you to do. She'll be pleased for a second, but then she will not respect you, and she will think that you do not have a capacity to protect her because you cannot even stand up to her. We all know that when we get into a relationship with someone, at some point we start pushing certain boundaries. You know, there is a point when people are testing each other, learning about each other, testing each other. So I think you know, one of the most puzzling things for our Slavic mind is to even understand what being nice means. Because it's being nice, it already sounds fake. Because if you're a kind person, if you do things genuinely, it doesn't need an how to say this, a verb. Oh, I am being nice now. So which means I'm being inauthentic. I'm saying and doing things I don't really want to do, say, but here I am. I hope if I act this way, I will earn a certain validation from you. But guess how things end with the nice guys? First of all, once again, women in general do not respect nice guys, those guys who can't stand for themselves. But guess who is the most angry, most outraged person when the relationship is moving toward the end? Guess who is screaming, I want my gifts back? Guess who is losing their face and that very woman that they were trying to please and begging, you know, and for her attention, guess who is calling her names and calling her a gold digger and calling her, oh, you took my money, you took my gifts, can I, you know, if you ever said this out of your mouth, can I get my gift back? You need to go and have some good sessions of therapy, because you emasculating your own self as a man. I believe that, you know, ladies should also not even think of such a thing, but in my life experience, I had that experience maybe twice when somebody told me that they wanted their gift back. And for me, it's a dividing process, you know. I knew one person, and after the gift back, that's another person. I don't know what to do with them. I don't know if they're male or female. And from now on, I need an interpreter to understand them. So that just shows the hurt, that you were hurt. You became hurt, you were hurt and you became bitter. But in the process of the relationship, you did not have a courage to stand up. So when you were pleasing and bringing and doing all the special things, maybe you were not happy with reactions. Maybe something was going on that you did not like or appreciate. There was something you were not happy with, yet you did not stand up whatsoever. So it just shows once again the weakness, the inauthenticity of a person. If something is going on, you're not happy about it, you have an ability to speak up. And so it's very hard for a woman to respect a man, especially think about future with a man who cannot stand up and who can never be authentic. You ask him, you know, do you enjoy this concert? Do you like the shopping center? you know, do you want to take me shopping, or, you know, whatever. And you can never get an honest answer. It's always something in between. And sometimes the air gets so sick, you know, maybe you hadn't seen each other for a while, and you can feel that resentment, and it's uncomfortable. But that, in this case, that man would still not speak up. So it is very important. I think we were taught to be afraid of a conflict. So if you have a conflict, then if you confront something and you maybe share your confronting interest, you think that people will walk away from you, or think that you are a bad person, or conflicting person, or you're disagreeable, or, you know, you're a bad guy. So to avoid conflict, you trying to be nice, you avoid conflict. You avoid conflict once, you avoid conflict twice, and then in the end, you may be the outraged one, but you have never said anything. You literally have never said anything. So in this situation, who is the wrong one? You know, whose strategy of the communication is the wrong one, or, you know, the faulty one? So I think also Slavic countries, you know, in Ukraine in particular, people are a lot more direct. People have not quite learned the science of going, you know, trying to, you know, beautify everything and trying to go. People are direct, and sometimes it's unpleasant because, you know, people can give you feedback when you don't ask for that feedback. You know, sometimes they can give you feedback on the way you look and the way you talk, and it's, you know, it's not like in US. Yeah, when I came to US for the first time, I couldn't understand, are people scolding me or they making me a compliment? Because here, when you want to tell someone something negative, you put it in such beautiful cover, you sugarcoat it so much that in the end you like wonder, okay, so was it the compliment? No, was it the compliment, or was it the criticism? In Slavic cultures in Eastern Europe, people are a lot more direct. And so it is very difficult in a relationship, for example, for a Slavic woman to build connection with a man who is not really showing up. He's inauthentic, and he probably thinks that with this sacrifice, because he's being quote unquote nice, he's making everyone happy because look what a nice guy he is. But the problem is, when you're being nice, quote unquote, you doing things you don't want to do. And how is it is possible to make good things for someone if you don't mean to do them, you don't enjoy doing them, you don't want doing them, but you pretend that you do? So this woman is supposed to make the relationship with a pretend person. We cannot love somebody we don't know, and if you never show up, you are a pretend person. And don't get me wrong, it's scientifically proven that not a single person in this world had never lied. So all of us sometimes, you know, conceal our feelings a little bit, or, you know, there are certain situations when you are trying to be polite, you know, there are certain situations when you do not, you just have to be polite, so basically you have to lie a little bit, or, you know, it's human nature, we can't help it. And probably if you're honest 100% of the time, you will have no family or friends, right? Because sometimes, you know, you do need to find a way to package things, because it's hard to it's hard to always tell the things that you think. That's why we have a head, you know, you would think, at least, right? So let me read some of the comments. I tell people truth no matter how much they don't like it. Awesome. Nobody wants to be in a relationship in which you are walking on eggshells. My ex was very critical of me. I got old fast, but I was very forgiving of your criticism and constant complaining. And what is your point here? I'm not sure. Hey John, what's your point here exactly? It's a bit of a different topic. You see, we don't have, in a Slavic culture, we don't have an issue to tell you about our feelings, the criticism and complaining. And here is another thing, you know, if you're in a relationship with someone who keeps it real, maybe it's negative, but they still keep it real, don't try to be this angel, because you're gonna be the most evil one when this is over, because they got to show their emotions. You know, if somebody shows you criticism and, you know, complaining or whatever, dissatisfaction, they show their emotions. And if you bottle up your emotions, your true feelings, you're gonna be, in the end, you're gonna be, I don't know how it ended in your situation and what kind of relationship you have right now, John, but you know, but the person that bottles up ended up just blowing up. When you bottle up, then you blow up. Yeah. Well, it sounds like you were dealing with somebody who have, I mean, I'm not a doctor or psychiatrist, but it looks like in your case there were some narcissistic personality traits. You said, I give you flowers, and she said, I just wanted them. She said, I just handed them to her. Maybe she wanted me to go on knee. You know what? She actually didn't want you to go on her knee. It's, you know, I don't know, I didn't see how you gave you the flowers, but a lot of times, you know, in our culture, flowers is a big thing, and we want to have a romantic moment, you know, when the man look in your eyes and he give you the flowers, and it's like kind of like in a movie, or he just like here. So it could be a chance that maybe she didn't feel so romantic, you know, when she probably want some romance to be added. I don't know how you've done it. I have to admit, I had certain situations, because we, you know, in Slavic culture, we say things that we don't like. I said things that I regretted that I said, because I know the person I was with was trying to do their best, and they just didn't know any better. And I felt really bad for criticizing someone who, you know, was trying to do something special. I kind of realized that, you know, it's important to see the attempt, but sometimes the difference, the cultural difference, is so great that you don't realize it. You took it, you think that your man does not put enough of effort, or he doesn't care. The main reasons why women get mad, because they feel that you don't care, you don't care enough. Yeah, that is not a good situation. I see what you're saying, John B. Yeah, it's not a good situation, but today we're not really talking about the, you know, controlling a narcissistic trait. I just wanted to reply to a request. I promise you guys that I'm gonna be going live every day. I don't know if I'll be able to. It's difficult, but either on Instagram, which if you're watching me on YouTube, please check my account on Instagram. It's Veronica Olson, my same name. I don't have any complex names. It's always the same name everywhere. Or if you are watching me on Instagram, you can also check out my YouTube channel. It's called Ukrainian Perspective. And one of my very loyal subscribers asked me today to talk about this whole nice things, because I think we have conflicting things and pieces of the culture. There, in America, they teach you to, you know, sugarcoat everything and never truly speak up your mind. Very often, even though you can honestly, the beautiful thing is, you can speak your mind beautifully and not offend anyone. You can speak your mind in a beautiful manner, be very elegant, make all your points, and do not make anyone feel less. It is sort of an art, something to learn, but it's still possible. But I think in America, it's in general culture, you know, you should be sweet, and you know, you should be nice, quote unquote. But I think that nice people finish last. not only they are setting themselves back, but they're also hurting very much people that they are with, because they're inauthentic. There is nothing worse than being with a person who is not showing up the way they are, you know, that's not genuine with you. How can you build something when the person, you never know how the other person feels? Thank you, Vane. Thank you so much. You're so sweet. Thank you. Thank you for the kind words. Yeah, so feel free, guys, if you have some comments. I'm not wearing a fur today. It's too hot. I know on Instagram you guys always wear me, wanting me, no matter what I talk about, to wear my furs, but it's a bit too hot. So also you should check out, I posted new videos today as well, the tiny short ones here on Instagram. So I guess the answer to this, how to do it better, is just maybe trying to reform, rather than suppress your feelings and try to say, oh, I like it, when you don't like it, is to realize that, you know, you can't say those things. You can't say no. No is a full sentence. And, you know, when you love somebody, you do sometimes want to justify or explain in a very small circle. Even though I love the rule, never complain, never explain. But sometimes, you know, if your lady wants to go to a concert with you or to opera with you, but it's not something that you like, you know, you'll be suffering, you don't want to go. Rather than just saying short no, you can say, no, I just really like, I don't know, rock concerts, but maybe, you know, I buy you 2 tickets and you can go with your best friend. Like, for example. So just learning to tell you, to being able to allow yourself to being able to convey your true feelings without being rude. You know, one of my best friends, he was married to this woman that loved to camp. He hated camping. He didn't like small talk. He didn't like camping with her family in particular. And every time there was a summer, he was suffering because he had to go camping. And I told him, why can't you just tell? No woman in the world wants to drag her husband knowing that he does not enjoy it. You know, it's kind of similar, you know, when you're making love to a woman, you want to know she enjoys it. You know, you don't want to, you don't want to know that she's like, you know, looking at the ceiling and the wall paint and, I don't know, checking your phone meanwhile. You know, you want to know that she's in it as well. You want to know that maybe, you know, at least she's enjoying it. You know, it's sometimes we are at the different levels, but, you know, without being too detailed, I just want to say, you want to know they enjoying your company no matter what you do. So what makes you think that if you would tell, you know, if I told him, what make you think if you tell her the truth that, you know, she would not let you stay home and enjoy? And he was working for himself, he was writing books, and he loved being by himself when he can and write books. I'm like, just tell her the truth, you know, just tell her the truth. And, you know, if she cares about you at all, she would let you stay. You know, we need to learn this. You know, we do need to stop forcing, you know, emotionally, you know, people to do things they not enjoy doing, because nobody enjoys doing that. You know, it's kind of like when you know that somebody is participating with you, but they are in pain. You at least, I don't know, for me it's so, if I know I'm with someone but they don't feel good, no matter how much I enjoy this concert, this event, this party, if I know that the person I'm with is currently for some reason in physical or emotional pain and they're not enjoying it, I would probably want to leave too, because it's, if you have any empathy, you know, as humans we connect through empathy. In any close relationships, they are based on empathy. You can't enjoy yourself unless you know that the person next to you having a good time. So yeah, it's a question, I guess, overcoming that fake nice and being able to express yourself. I think the fake nice does a lot of harm than good. I truly believe that being fakely nice does a lot more harm than good, because everyone is miserable. You are miserable if you are nice, quote unquote, because you're doing something you don't want to do. And you cannot do it well, because if you're not enjoying something, it's hard to do it. You can't do it with love or passion or anything like that. So everyone is miserable, and the resentment is building like a snowball, and in the end you cannot even stand each other after all. So if anything you can learn from Slavic culture is learn how to say the truth. This way you can adjust and find solutions. I'm talking to a young lady from Ukraine who lives in Miami, complete opposite of my ex. I believe when it's easy, it's right. Good for you, John. But I would tell you this, in our conversations, we are all easy. Don't get carried away before you meet and really spend time. I'm just telling you, you're one of my very loyal followers and here on my platforms, and I just want to tell you that in the conversations we are always excited to meet someone new, so we are super agreeable and super sweet, and hopefully that's how it's going to be. But it's a good sign, and I believe that yes, connection is effortless. If you meet in person, or when you meet in person, and try to meet in person quite soon, because you're in one country, right? It's just different states. But yeah, and you can't work on connection. This friend that I'm just mentioned that had this wife who liked to camp, I knew that it would be hard to make it work, because their interests, they just didn't have, maybe they had some values in common, but they didn't have no interest in common. And anyway, he told me that they're going to like therapy sessions, and I told him, you're just going to waste time. And I said it. It was a really dear person to me. I just said it from my heart, not to set anybody back or wish them not well. But I told him, you're just going to waste time, because you can work on a relationship, you can work on certain things, but you can't work on a connection. If you not compatible together, if you don't have that easy, that effortless connection, you can build things around it when you have it. But when you don't have the main, the meat, the foundation, all of them sessions, all them conversations, it's just going to be more, lots of money, lots of months, and lots of wasted time. When people truly deeply love each other and they don't understand, I get it. Sometimes you need a middleman or somebody, but usually when people do deeply love each other, they find a way to connect. So I believe you can work on a relationship, but you cannot work on passion. You cannot work on connection. You cannot download these from Google. You either have them or you don't. It's not something that you can work on. You can't like, how do you make somebody passionate about something? There is literally no way. It's impossible. It's impossible. And connection even more so, because connection is just something when you understand another person without words. You know that feeling. We all have a friend or somebody special in our lives that we understand without words, and it's just the most beautiful thing. But person that you understand without words, you also going to have a healthy amount of a conflict. So if I want to say anything for you guys to take from this video, I just want to say, be okay with having a conflict. Conflicts should not be screaming and yelling and and breaking dishes and calling each other out of their names. You just understand that maybe something that was working no longer works, or certain things that you enjoy the other person doesn't, so maybe you can have different activities. I'm just gonna put myself on the spot. I don't really enjoy watching sports. For me, watching sports is like, unless it's figure skating. If it's figure skating, yes. If the beautiful figure skating, like with beautiful couples on the ice, yes, sign me up. But anything else, especially if it's in the house, I just want to suicide. Like, for me, it's like the worst nightmare, because I don't know it. I don't want to know it. But if I'm with a man who enjoys it, how about we just make different plans for that night? Or some couples, they find a compromise and they go, for example, to a restaurant with a bar, you know, it's like a sport bar, and it's a lot more fun, and you can have conversation and laugh, and maybe there are other friends. So, you know, there is always either a compromise or a different plans that you can make, but just don't lie. You don't have to lie. You know, it's really funny. We all think that if we lie, then we're gonna be liked by someone. I think it's a like very deep-seated belief that, you know, if I just cover up and kind of like sugarcoat things, you know, it will be so pretty. But maybe this person loves you because when they talk to you, they can get true feedback, they can get true connections, they can get genuine interest. That's why they're talking to you. And maybe they like your imperfections. You know, it's really interesting, because very often we are, you know, you consider that as your imperfection, you know, you're kind of ashamed or really, you know, shy about something, but the other person loves that. You know, the other person may love it. You may have a speech impediment and the other person love it. You may have a weird accent and everyone else love it, you know? So, and that is the beauty of it. You know, men sometimes make us compliments, and you know, if you the way you look at your woman, nobody looks at your woman, because you know her. So, you know, maybe for someone this is not a woman of their dream, but for you she is, because she makes you feel a certain way. You look at her with different eyes than somebody else does. You see her beauty and you genuinely tell her that she's beautiful when she gets up in the morning and she runs to the bathroom, you know, try to make something out of herself because she's convinced she looks like a hot mess, you know. So yeah, when you look like, you know, when you as a woman, when you look like a hot mess, but you have a man who loves you even when you look like a hot mess, it's like, oh wow, it's really sweet. But it's, as long as you're genuine, if you don't make compliments, if you don't believe in them, only compliment a woman on the things that you are enjoying and love about her. Compliment her, because if she will realize that your compliments are fake, that, you know, for example, she's wearing this red dress today, you hate red, it's your least favorite color, but you tell her, oh yeah, I love this, oh, you know, she will take it as, you know, instruction that she should wear more red, and you actually hate red. So don't say those things you don't mean. It's really simple. It's really, really simple to not say things that you don't mean. And that's all. And I know I don't understand. I guess it's a part of American culture, you know, to be polite. And I think politeness sometimes goes toward, you know, being fake nice. So, my dear friends, I'm making this live on Instagram. I usually don't go on Instagram for too long. I'm gonna read just a few comments. I'm gonna ignore some crazy ones, and then we're gonna call it a night. Thank you guys so much. If you're on my YouTube channel, please check out my Instagram, because I'm going also live on Instagram and of course here on YouTube. So let's see, thank you so much. I don't really contact anyone to chat with me privately. If you have any questions or you're interested in any things that I'm doing, you should contact me, introduce yourself and tell me what you are interested in. That's how we do it. I'm not reaching out to nobody, just to make it clear. John is saying, me too, I could care less, I'm more interested in business and sports. But I told sports just an example. You know, there is nothing wrong with a guy liking sports or liking motorcycle, I don't know, liking being under his car for 25 hours. You know, if we all have a weird interest, if, you know, I have a lot of strange interests, you know, but as long as we can allow the other person be themselves, and if we don't enjoy that activity, just let them be. As a woman, I can tell you there is nothing worse than going shopping to a man. That man, quote unquote, takes you shopping, and he suffers every second of it. So I don't get my fun. I cannot, when we shop, and we're like in the magic mode, we don't shop for clothes. We shop for the feeling. We shop for feeling beautiful. We shop for changing our identity, to like, do certain, sort of a role play. Don't think anything weird or inappropriate, but we like changing how we feel and changing our identity almost. When we shop, we want something new, something beautiful. So it's a creative process. And here is this dude, and he's whining, and he's trying to like smile, like he's miserable. In his eyes you can see all the pain of the world. But just give your credit card. If you don't enjoy, I would say it could be fun, when you know what you want, and you have a man that really wants to treat you, that he is enjoying the process of getting something for you. I know how it feels. It feels amazing. It feels like a lot of fun. But if not, just give them that cash or credit card and go with your friends. And in this case, both win. You don't have to suffer at shopping. She can have all the fun she wants. She probably will also try to find a better deal, because when we're shopping without you, we are much more money conscious, even if it's your money. And she will be able to surprise you, because when you see it, you're not going to be surprised. But when you see like a new dress or whatever she's doing, she's going to be a new woman. You give her a couple hours, have some fun, go to the salon, I don't know, do her nails, do her clothes. You will see completely, it's a reborn woman, so you had fun, she had fun, everybody happy. Ladies, don't drag your man to shop if he hates it, or if he says he loves it but his face is like this. Yes, honey. It looks great on you. Amazing. Kind of like Mark Zuckerberg kind of face. Like, I love it. It's great. Like, let him have fun. Let him go and do his thing. And guys, stop pretending we don't like it. You don't like when we pretending, if you know what I mean. So don't pretend. It's not fun. With that being said, my dear friends, thank you so much, so much for joining me. I'm extremely tolerant of women shopping. Well, that's a shameless plug, John. As long as you're paying for it. I guess I'm rare man. Well, could be, but that's a good quality. There are probably an amount, category of men that enjoy doing these activities. Just don't ask if this dress makes me look fat. That's a simple, it's not a trick question. You just say you're beautiful and I love you. That's all. I have been asked this question before. It's only a trick question for the woman that's probably have some problem. She needs to see a psychiatrist. Everybody has their preference. As a more of a full figure woman, I can tell you from my experience that everybody has their preference. So if you are already with that woman, it means that you like her and want her. So yes, you just say you look amazing and everything else you want to say. Because for somebody, for shape and size, there are different variety and preferences, and but it's once you are with a woman and you're with her and you start criticizing her body, this is where problem occurs. So if you're perfectly happy with her and you're living with her and you're enjoying time with her and you're enjoying her, and then you criticize her, this is when women can get sick and have all kinds of mental, physical problems. So if you're sleeping with this woman, basically, if you're making love to her, it's she assumes you like everything that you see. So just keep that in mind. So don't criticize the woman that you want, because if you do, first of all, you need to ask yourself why you're there. Secondly, if she feels it once, she will never enjoy being with you anymore, because she will only think how she looks in this moment, how she looks, she, instead of enjoying you, she will worry in how she looks from whatever angle, and it's just gonna be a mess. She probably will find another guy who will tell her she's beautiful, you know. You know how it is. We unfortunately look for validation more than we should. So thank you guys so very much. Thank you for the kind words. By the way, if you enjoy my live shows, you can find my information here in my bio. Thank you. I want to thank you, those of you who sometimes send me little gifts and treats and things like that. Also my video requests, thank you so much. It's you don't have to do that, but when you do, I appreciate that a lot. All I do require is that you put a like, maybe a comment, something nice, so I keep doing these lives. I just want to know if you enjoy them. Sorry I'm not very fur today, but I just didn't want to turn in a tomato in the middle of my stream. Thank you, my dear friends. I will see you very soon, and please let me know if you have any questions or thoughts. Bye. I hope you have a wonderful day.